how do you tackle the engagement on hybrid events? Is it as important as it would be in a pure virtual or on-prem event? So from my perspective, I think you need to do more engagement with the remote audience, because the people that are coming on site have already kind of made a commitment that, you know, I'm going to the event. Maybe I paid for it. Maybe it's my time, it's my travel, whatever. I'm going to this event in person, so I am relatively engaged already. Whereas the online audience, you can, you know, I'm sure everybody's done this. You can sign up for 1 million online webinars and then go to like a 10th of them that you sign up for. At least that's the way I do it. So I feel like it's much more important to really up the engagement with the remote audience. I don't know what other people think about that. Anna, how about you? Because seems like you're heavily involved in this now.
Yeah, I mean, I think both deserve your time and attention, right? It's one of the things I talk to my clients a lot about is how many lives does your content have, right? Particularly when you're doing brand development, right? You're producing content out there to be a thought leader in your industry and have more inbound or better relationships within the industry. You want a certain amount of traction around your event. So for your on-prem experience, you have to, because they drove in their car to this location, right? They're spending their day doing this, right? You kind of have to reward that. And I would say do it with experiential elements, give them a photo opportunity, good food and beverage, an ability to exchange contact information freely and well, to reward that on-prem engagement. And then that will circulate online, right? Everybody's an influencer now. Everybody wants to take their picture in front of the step and repeat, but that's also going to elevate your brand when those people are sharing your content, right? That's how you get the most integration, the most bang for your buck on location. And then think the same way with your streaming audience. You have to reward attendance. You have to give them the ability to engage, but you also can give them ways to share out what they're doing, to promote it as part of their brand as well, so that you end up with the brand association and you capture the audience of the audience of your audience. And yeah, that can be done with sizzles. It really starts in promotion, right? Promote that you're attending this thing, give your attendees the ability to promote, give them assets to say that I'm going to this thing, I want to see you there, even if it's virtual. But think about content in like how many lives and how long is it going to echo on the internet and return, and engagement is like number one piece, but you have to think about both.
Yeah, that's great points. Anybody else care to comment on that?
Talking about engagement, just a real quick thing. The reason why the organization that I was working with, it's a church, was using AirMeet was because they actually designed it for engagement. So before the actual seminar began, there's like this open area and they had pictures of little tables and it would show you who's sitting at each table. And it's like, oh, there's Jack. I haven't seen Jack in a while. You could sit down at the virtual table and it would pop up a mini Zoom where you could have a conversation with Jack like you were in the lobby of a real physical space. And that was one of the things that they really loved. Then they would have a fellowship part, which was in the middle of the meeting. We're going to break for an hour. And then there was another whole room where all of the sponsors had tables and they had videos and literature where you could go to between the tables. And if you clicked on one of their tables, you could talk with those representatives as if it was a real physical thing. Because at the actual physical event, there was the same thing going on. That same vendor was there with the same tables, with the same literature, and okay, not the same people because the person can't talk virtually and online, but they had representatives there. So we tried our best to create an environment whereby it was the same experience and the people could attend and, you know, hey, give me a follow-up, send me more information, about that. And I also worked with a sports organization that in terms of engagement, you come to the seminar, but if you paid a little extra, you can get an autograph. And each person would come through this little portal and they could talk with the sports person. Hey, I really love your stuff and everything. Can you make it out to Mickey? Sure, and he's like autographing a digital photo of himself to Mickey, and then that gets sent to them as a JPEG, so they get a keepsake. They got to talk with Mickey, hey, I went to the same school as you, or whatever. So there's that, interaction that you're rewarding the remote audience as if they actually got to talk to the person at the table in front of them.
So you're saying there is now a digital version of no one wanting to sit at a table with me?
No, not at all.